Happy Wednesday, everybody. As always, Phil Brown here. Today, we're going to go over on Workflow Wednesday the ability to go in and create manual inspection points so that you could either first article, last article, or spot check parts and record all that information in Fusion for your customer. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I am already in the manufacturer workspace. You are going to want to be in the inspection tab, and you're going to need a setup in order to do this. Given that I've already programmed this part yesterday and turning Tuesday, we have all of our needs and wants already here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my actual inspection or my split section view. And this makes it a little easier to pull dimensions from. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and now create a manual inspect. At the simplest of levels, as you're going to notice, is I can actually click surfaces on my parts and create those different diameters and different dimensions that I need. So we have an inside diameter, we have an outside diameter. If I wanted to go like distance from flange to flange, again, we can actually put this all in real time right here against the actual body that we used for turning. So a few other really neat things I could do here is I can adjust the tolerance, of course. I can label these. So this is, the flange thickness. I could also do this guy. This is inside diameter, ID bore. Actually, that would be large ID bore. We could do this one as a OD flange dim. But the real neat power here is when we start to get into the customizing, when we start to hit the plus sign. So for example, here, I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to do a pass fail now. And what that pass fail could be is, in this case, this is an actually tapped and drilled hole. Maybe this is a dowel pin hole. There's a lot of things that we could do. So I like the idea of a threaded hole. And this could be a quarter, 20, go, no go. And that will allow to actually create documentation later that my guys on the floor are going to be able to use. Again, if I go ahead and say, I want to not do a pass fail this time, we want to do a distance, I have the ability to manually control what we're measuring to start with. So one that I might want to do is maximum distance. Now, if you look at my slots here, my slots do go from center of bore to center of bore. And if I was using maybe a micro height or something, I would really only want to go from lowest point maybe to lowest point or furthest point. So by doing maximum distance and clicking those two radii, I could actually set that distance to whatever it needs to be measured. So again, this is really neat when you start to dig into this further and you say things like, I want now center to center. Well, center to center here, again, I now have that dimension. If I wanted to go in again and say center to center, so we're going to go ahead and say center to center from hole to hole now. I could also do that based on my information. So this is something that I absolutely love when we get inside of Fusion to create all these inspection points for my guys and to record this information. So again, we can go ahead and set a lot of these with additional comments. We can record the actual camera position. So if I wanted, for example, we're going to do this guy right here. So we're going to go distance center to center on the 1 inch. So I'm going to go back up to where that guy is. So that's right here. We're going to record that camera position. Apologize there. It is a little early in the morning for me making this video. I'm going to go back to the actual 6-inch diameter. We're going to go ahead and record this position. I'm going to do the same thing again for the 4. And then let's see what else we got. Oh, we do have that outside flange. So again, we could go in and we're going to record this dimension. And that will be our 1/4 inch flange. So as you guys have seen, I've done quite a bit already with this. So I've gone in, I've set several different locations and several different inspection points for my guys to measure based on what they have and what they're going to do. So now what I'm going to do, actually, let's go back and edit that. So one cool thing with Fusion, if you guys didn't know, you could always edit and change what you have. So I'm going to edit manual inspect. I'm going to go ahead and kick off that split view. And what I'm going to do is we're going to add one more. And this is why I love this, is because we can actually go, surface to center. So again, with that mentality of a micro height, if I wanted to know center of this part to the flat, just like that, I went ahead and recorded that. Again, if I wanted to here one last time, and again, this absolutely I love this, is the maximum distance even. We could say from flange over to this actual radius. Again, if somebody's using maybe a micrometer or something, not off center, we're able to pick those dimensions and set them in real time. So now that we have that, I'm going to go in now as if I've made this part and I want to inspect this part. So all I have to do is I need to go to this manual inspect point, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to record my manual inspect. So using the mentality of a kind of micro height or maybe digital calipers, all I need to do is, as you're seeing here, here's the dimension call out. I can actually visually see what it's trying to measure. So we can go to the backside here. We're measuring that inside bore. And now it's asking me to type in my measure. So that being said, here's my nominal. Here's my range with my upper and lower limit if you adjusted it outside of 4. But let's just go ahead and say I cut this part to 4.4. Let's go 4.45. So what you're seeing now is I'm getting a couple of different things in real time. And these real-time things is this is a deviation from perfect. We're all machinists. We want to be as perfect as possible. And then we have an error factor. And the error factor is how far is it going to take to get me back into perfect, right? So again, the neat thing here is you guys can go through. We could go ahead and hit next. You're seeing it jump to my next area. I'm using the hotkey F6 to jump right in here real fast. Again, that's 6 inches. So let's say this comes out to 6 and 3. Again, we're 3 thou deviated from perfect. However, we're within our tolerance, and this is showing it to me in real time. I'm going to skip through this a little bit more so you guys can see this on a few other things. We did do, that pass or fail. Here's my pass or fail. Again, is it a pass or is it a fail? I'm actually going to say fail on this one. Let's go down to our next point. Again, that 1 inch. Let's say we're coming out to 1.005. Again, 1 thou out of tolerance. I'm not going to record all of these to bore you guys to death, but as you're seeing, it's very quick for me to run down this inspection routine and pick all those points, type in all of my measurements. Well, now that I have that, you're going to notice that, one, you have 2 sections. So you have the manual inspect, and now I have the inspection report. So again, is I can actually label this. So what I'm going to label this is my first article. And then let's just say, what's today's date? Where's my phone at? Today is the 8th, 11/8/2023. So that is now recorded in real time, and I can actually retain that inside of Fusion 360. So if I was to do this again real quick, let's go ahead and say record manual inspect. We're just going to throw some numbers in here. Boom. Again, we're going to go to that next one, 6.00, and then let's go ahead and plug in 0.250, and this is going to be a pass. So again, I'm just generating a second inspection report, and that's what you guys are seeing down here at the bottom now. And this could be, my last article, if that's the case. Now, the neat thing about this is you're able to turn these on and turn these off as you need to view them and see the data that you actually recorded. So as you're seeing right here in real time, again, is I could see where the error is. And with that error, I can actually go in and investigate any issues here. So if we just do a simple show results, what you're seeing here is anything in orange is signified as a problem, as well as the red on top of that. So the red is a full-blown fail, out of tolerancing. It's telling me, what is my deviation? What is my problem with this? Now, if I wanted to send this to my customer, of course, we wouldn't send that one to them. That wouldn't make any sense, right? So let's jump down to the last article that is a lot better, is I could actually create an inspection report and save this not only to the cloud, but I can also save it to my computer directly. So we're going to go ahead and save this inspection report. We're going to give this a moment to load. And now you could actually open this up inside of Fusion 360, or again, I'm going to go back and we're going to inspect this one more time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this to my computer, and we should be able to get this to open up. So now this opened up in Fusion Team. It can also open up in a PDF for what you guys are doing and what you need. But again, in real time, I have a visual image of my part, the inspection points on it. Obviously, I would have centered up to this a little better before I created this, but I now have an official documentation of what all has happened to this part, what is good, what isn't good, as well as the documented time and when everything has happened. So guys, before I let you go, as always, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe if you like content like this. Don't forget, we at JITCAD Cam offer you training. We offer on-site, online training, as well as anything from post-processor edits to even selling you your Fusion 360 today. Now, if you move your Fusion 360 license over to us at JitCAD Cam, we will give you free support moving forward. And there is no time limit on that. We believe that you guys need support. Everybody needs support, and you're welcome to get that support from us.